fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the Union Jack colors and officially weighing in at 109.4 kilograms or 241 2/10 of a pound. His professional record as a fighter, 17 fights, 15 victories, including 9 knockouts with 2 defeats. From London, England, presenting the challenger, Derek Belbo. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and gold, officially weighing 110.5 kilograms or 243.6 pounds. His professional fighting record, 45 fights, with 43 victories, including 40 knockouts, only 2 defeats. From Kiev, Ukraine, and Hamburg, Germany, the 3-time heavyweight world champion, the reigning, defending WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Weltmeister, Dr. Eisenfaust, KLITSCHKO.
Great reception for Klitschko. Vladimir does not look amused, and I think the reason is that some of the water which Chisora was drinking just prior to those introductions being made may well have somehow wound up on the face of Vladimir Klitschko, and he was looking like a man who wanted to join in the fighting. Derek Chisora wearing the Manchester United shirt here in Munich. There you go. Well, right up to the start of this fight, Chisora is just seen to be trying to pull every conceivable stroke to get under the skin of the Klitschkos.
It's time.
I hope this referee's going to do a good job, Paul.
I think they could have got a bigger referee by the looks of things and the way this has been going, but they obviously wasn't to know yesterday.
Well, if they didn't know yesterday, they certainly knew by the time they got to the weigh-in, and now we get to the fight. What are we going to have? WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World is underway. Is it going to be the cool, calm, methodical Dr. Iron Fist, Vitaly Klitschko, who has reigned for so long, or is Chisora going to be able to produce one of the great upsets of boxing history?
You can see Chisora, the way he's walking forward with the elbows, the cross-arm guard, you know, a lot like Joe Frazier. He's got to try and get close and get in range and let go when he's there, fast hands. It's so hard getting past Klitschko's dominating reach.
Solid left hand from Klitschko. Chisora just held on and tried to spoil him close. Chisora fighting small.
Yep, fighting small, and as I said, very reminiscent to Joe Frazier. I know you were saying that he models himself on him and he likes watching tapes. But the cross-arm guard coming inside, trying to get inside Klitschko's reach and let go with fast shots and fast combinations.
Right hand of Klitschko did get through there. Chisora missed with that wild overhand swing. A little cuffing shot from Chisora did get through though that time.
He's certainly come to fight.
Well, my goodness, after everything that's gone on in the run-up to this, Derek Chisora certainly painted himself into a corner, and he's got to deliver in there.
He's got to, exactly. You know, it's no good him after doing what he was doing yesterday, even two minutes before the bell was going, turning up and getting on the back foot. He's got to take the fight to Vitaly Klitschko, and he's got to win.
Well, he's trying to get on the front foot. He's trying to walk down Klitschko. Ducking underneath that attempted right hand coming down from Klitschko and then winding up with those big right hand swings of his own. It's a good jab from Klitschko. trying to take the big man out of his comfort zone. Klitschko, a professional now for 16 years. And as you've been hearing in the run-up to this, he's barely lost a round since he came back to the heavyweight scene and regained that WBC crown. That's a great shot from Klitschko. Good right hand, solid shot. And the first time, Chisora just a little bit more wary and gives a little bit of ground. Chisora on the receiving end of a couple of solid-looking right hands from Klitschko, and Klitschko gave him the stare as he went back to the corner, as much as to say, well, you might have talked, you might have spat, you might have slapped, but you've had a couple of solid shots now.
And you're here now, this is the fight, and it's happening. Vitaly Klitschko was pretty much done what he does best and kept it at long range, catch Chisora as he's tipping down. But listen, Derek Chisora's come to fight, he hasn't come to lie down, and he's proved in that first round that he's here to have a go. He hasn't got the ability of Vitaly Klitschko, but he's coming forward and he's on the front foot, and he's making a fight of it. He's going for it, he's looking for big shots. He landed some good body shots, he took some good body shots as well, and he's certainly not standing off and not being a slouch.
Klitschko do enough to take that opening round on your card?
He did. I think he landed the cleanest shot yet and more often.
Don Charles in animated conversation with Chisora. With the WBC rules as they are now, at the end of the fourth round, we should be able to tell you the way that the judges have got it. On our card, first round goes to Klitschko. Chisora, though, showing more attacking intent already than a lot of people have gone in the ring against the huge Klitschko. Vitaly. The chants again reverberate around. Another good solid chopping right hand from Klitschko. Bravery from Chisora, though. Those are the hooks he's got to land when he gets into range.
He's doing well. He's letting some good body shots go, Chisora. Klitschko's catching him to the body himself, but you know, as I say, he's coming forward. He's throwing nice fast overhand shots.
Well, he showed against Robert Helenius, the 6'6.5" Finn, that he was capable of dealing with the style of a tall man. Helenius not in the same bracket, I don't think, in terms of boxing ability as Vitaly Klitschko.
No, you're right, John.
Oh, Chisora walked into two big shots there, left hand and a right hand, and the crowd respond. Klitschko watched by his wife, Natalia, at ringside. She was the dark-haired woman who you saw being pictured up close during those introductions. That's the right hand from Chisora. That's his danger shot.
Nice jab to the body first and then over with the overhand right hand.
He said to me when I was out of that winter wonderland of a resort, you might have heard the interview earlier on, Paul, he said he was going to not just go in there and club away to the body, he was going to jab his way in.
Nice stab to the body and then right over the top of the right hand, and he threw it well. He's having a lot more success this round.
Klitschko being forced to give ground.
See, Klitschko seems to be in control on the back foot, but he's not landing. He's not catching much, which he's always landed about 3 clean shots this round.
And he landed that one, Paul, that right hand, and another. And another. Chisora does not want to be absorbing too many of those. As you heard David Hayes say before the fight started, you can land more punches, but you don't want to be absorbing those sort of power shots. Klitschko with such long levers, such a huge reach. Chisora's had his moments here, but the classier work may be coming from the champion.
Definitely, yeah.
Chisora leaping in on the bell, and the referee, fairly diminutive referee, just about managing to get there in time. Another round to Klitschko?
Yep, another round to Klitschko. Just as you say, clean away. Good shots landing towards the end of the round. Consecutive straight right hands, and as you said right yourself, John, you don't want to be taking too many of them. Those shots, even on the gloves, are going to take a toll over the course of a 12-round fight of someone like Vitaly Klitschko.
The voice you hear in the background, that's of Fritz Sudanek, who's been with Vitaly Klitschko for so long, a constant from dating back from his time with the Universum stable before he set up in his own promotional group. Working with a bit of the iron there on some bruising over that right eye. Been a major player in German boxing for a long time, Mr. Sudanek. Third round, it's a 12-rounder, of course, for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. As Klitschko just got too much ring savvy for Derek Chisora. We will find out as long as this fight goes. Chisora, I get the impression we've already seen, we already know, is really going to give it everything here tonight.
Yeah, he's certainly not letting himself down at the minute. You know, he's coming forward, he's getting caught with some shots as he's going in, but he's coming forward, and he's still coming forward, and he's aggressive, he's on the offensive, and he's attacking.
Klitschko, they've always said Vitaly is the more spiteful, the more hurtful, the true fighter, perhaps the stronger of the two Klitschkos. It's a good right hook from Klitschko. And you might have just heard in the background the voice of Dean Powell in that corner for Chisora saying, come on, get in there, but get in there with your hands up. Keep your hands up as you roll in. I'd
like to see him jabbing a bit more, especially down to the body. He's had a bit of success with it before. A few jabs to the body and then come over to the top. That's a nice uppercut.
And the crowd again respond to that. Chisora showing that he's got a good chin, though, taking it well. Had to. Not enough lateral movement, though, from Chisora at the moment. He's just a bit too static, and Klitschko's finding the target. Danny Williams, who lost to Vitaly Klitschko, world title shots. He said that being hit by those long punches, it was like being hit by a handful of bricks.
I can imagine, I can only imagine as well. The referee's not letting Chisora work inside. As soon as they come together, the referee's jumping in and splitting them up straight away. And I think Derek would probably like to be there to let a few shots go inside.
Klitschko trying to look for those uppercuts now as Chisora comes in, and he's landed with enough just to discourage the Finchley man a little. Not throwing too many shots in this third round, Chisora.
No, he's not doing enough work. He needs to come forward a little bit more. Hopefully let a few jabs go down to the body, in my opinion. That'd bring the hands down from Vitaly Klitschko and then try and come over the top, which is what he's looking for anyway.
Two more big solid right hands in this round from Klitschko in the last 15 seconds or so. Klitschko had that period out of the ring when he had injury problems of varying sorts. Came back and it was as though he'd never been away.
It's a sign of a champion.
Closing seconds of the third round. Chisora hasn't done a lot in this period. Tried to really tee off with that left hook. Klitschko saw it coming though and was just able to lean back and let it whistle across safely in front of his nose.
Yeah, you can't beat someone like Vitaly Klitschko with just one big shot like that, especially someone, never mind the class, someone with a chin like Vitaly Klitschko. He's got a cast iron chin and there's not many that are going to knock him out, especially with one big shot. Chisora needs to get a little bit more work going with his jab. He's got a decent jab, he's got good hand speed, so we'll use it a little bit more and jab your way in.
When Vitaly Klitschko beat Corey Sanders, I mean, Sanders was a terrific puncher, but he was a bigger puncher than Derek Chisora, and Klitschko dealt with him well at the moment. Listen to what's going on in this corner.
that's not your job. You're getting in the range and not throwing the jab. You're getting in the range.
Underlines what you were saying, Paul. He's getting into range, not throwing the jab.
Yeah,
that's the voice of. I think that was the voice of Don Charles.
Yeah, he's getting into range, and because he's not throwing a jab, once he gets there, the referee's splitting them up because they're clashing, they're coming together a bit too fast. If he jabs his way in, he'll have that little bit of room to work and let his shots go and let his hands go.
Fourth round, Klitschko looks in control right now. They want to see more work from Chisora and working in behind his jab.
That's better.
Chisora has got fast hands.
Yeah, he's got a good jab as well.
Didn't have a lot of amateur experience, won the ABA Super Heavyweight Championship. Fought with the Finchley Amateur Club. First live fight he saw was that one you were talking about, Ricky Hatton and Costizu, and he loved it so much he thought, yeah, I want a bit of this.
Yeah, just excellent atmosphere and just so electric on the night, literally just fascinating, amazing show.
A fevered atmosphere that was. It's altogether more restrained here in the Olympia Halle. Missed with a lot of those right hands, Klitschko, as Chisora ducks in low.
Chisora's having more success because he's jabbing. Vitali's not necessarily a counter puncher. He doesn't wait for you to throw and then make a mistake. He waits for you to dip into his shots or to move, and then he goes on the offense. Derek is throwing his jab and he's keeping him guessing now. He's keeping Vitali guessing when he's letting the jab go, and a little bit more of it, he could have a little bit more success.
Chisora's having a little bit of a better round so far in this fourth, first 90 seconds or so anyway.
Just keep that jab going, and he should keep the success up, I think.
Very little between them in terms of weight, but look at the height difference. Some 6 inches taller, Klitschko. Chisora again lunging in. Klitschko saw him coming.
Just the coming together of the legs there. It wasn't in from the shot.
Shouting from the Klitschko, from the Chisora corner. Come on, let your hands go. Thought he was going to have more success than he has done so far with those hooks aimed towards the head. He's not been able to get through with too much with the right hand, Chisora.
No, and he's having the better work and the better of the fight when he lets his jab go, his own jab go, especially down to the body. See, those big shots, they're not going to do nothing to Vitali Klitschko at this stage in the fight.
Don Charles, Chisora's coach, said that too much people have made the mistake on concentrating on Klitschko's strengths and not concentrating on your own strengths in the fights that he's had. People have always talked on the run-up to these and said, yeah, you know, Klitschko this, Klitschko that, but when you get in there, altogether harder. Yeah. How do you score that last round, Paul?
I think it was typical two halves of a round, in my opinion. I think Chisora's probably done enough to take a share of that round. You know, I don't like giving shared rounds, but I couldn't really split them then. There was nothing that stood out from either fighter. 1 or 2 good shots that landed. Chisora was better on his jab, though, in that round, and that's going to be the key to him having any success at all.
Here come the scores.
40, 36, 39, 37 und 40, 37 zugunsten von Vitali
Klitschko had 40-36, 40-37 and 39-37. So 4 rounds on one card, 3 on another, and by 2 rounds on the third. So Klitschko is ahead. These are the WBC rules, remember. And if it goes as far as that, the next time you'll hear how the judges have got it will be at the end of the 8th.
It's something I don't agree with that, but it's, you know, it probably make it a bit more exciting. You could have a kid on his last legs and send him out because he's winning, and vice versa, you know.
Well, 4 rounds, 3 rounds and 2 rounds. The underlying fact is that at the moment it's unanimous for the champion.
Wouldn't
Wouldn't get any argument from me on that one.
No, I had it the same as the third judge. You've got it the same as the first.
You got 40-37.
Yeah.
KLITSCHKO just picking Chisora off as he comes in closer. Chisora, you sense, needs a couple of big shots to get KLITSCHKO out of his rhythm.
I think KLITSCHKO could do this all day if Chisora's just going to walk in with his hands tight and walk towards him, trying to let one big shot go. He can keep him at bay all day. He does that with his sparring partners, specifically for when someone does this. He's having more success off his jab, even when he lets it go just to the body, just even there now, just throw it out, keep KLITSCHKO guessing, because he's having more success when he does that.
KLITSCHKO trying to show that he's not robotic, trying to show movement, lateral movement, and clipping Chisora on more than one occasion with those right hands. And then tying the challenger up.
The referee's also not letting him work inside much again, so Chisora, once he gets there and he's done the hard work, getting in, taking the shots, he's not allowed to work when he gets there anyway. Little clever bits of ring craft from the KLITSCHKOs as well. They like doing it. They slap the gloves down first, then they let the shot go, as Vitaly's just done then.
Right hand again. Chisora trying to work away to the body. Not had KLITSCHKO really in any great distress so far. And KLITSCHKO content to backpedal and try and disprove the theory that he can't fight going back.
Yeah, again, you know, not to repeat myself, Chisora's walking him back, but when he gets there, he's just not doing that. He's not letting his hands go. He's looking for one big shot, and Vitaly Klitschko's seen that all his career.
Chance for KLITSCHKO, go up again from the capacity crowd here in Germany. It's better for him, Chisora. Managed to get through with a right to the body and switch the attack to the head. This time the referee did let it go. Strength and commitment from Chisora. Is there just enough ring craft?
Not really, no. Not for that round anyway for me. A little bit more successful the last 20 seconds of the round, but only because he started letting his hands go, which is the key problem for Chisora tonight. He's just not letting them go when he gets there.
That's more like you. But you're going in straight lines like Danny's saying, yeah? Come on. Come on angles. You're walking in this. Are you listening to me? Yeah. Remember we'll practice? Come on angles there.
Oh, you heard for yourself what they're saying to Chisora. Come in on the angles.
Yep.
They're pretty stern. Oh, you're listening to me.
Yeah. It is going to help him, you know, as been said as well. Every time Chisora starts to jab, it just stops everything KLITSCHKO's doing, and KLITSCHKO doesn't jab back then. KLITSCHKO isn't leading off. As soon as Chisora throws them out, even if he's only throwing them out there just to keep KLITSCHKO from setting himself and letting his own shots go, he's having more success when he lets his jab go, Chisora, and his corners should be really telling him to do that, in my opinion. They know what they've worked on now, so we need to see if their advice is the correct advice.
Derek Chisora full of belief before the fight. Is that, I wonder, just ebbing away a little? He said he would keep throwing punches and he'd keep going. He said he goes a 12-round fighter who's fit enough to go the 12 rounds.
It looks like he's got it in the tank, but it's no good going the full 12 if you're not taking anything from any round. I've only gave him a share of one round so far, and you know, if it's going to go that way all the way, there's no really point in doing it. It's better to go for broke, in my opinion, as a fighter.
There's going to come a point where Chisora will have to do precisely that. Remember the facial tissue of Vitaly Klitschko. Suffered at the hands of Lennox Lewis, more than 60 stitches he needed on that occasion. They did a great job on the repair work though, didn't they? That's where Chisora needs to be, getting in front and landing shots like those.
This is better work from Chisora, and what I've noticed from him as well tonight is he's targeting Klitschko's body a lot. You know, I don't know whether that's obviously something he thinks is a weakness on Klitschko, or no one really targets Klitschko's body, but he's going for it.
Right hook of Chisora found the target then. And Klitschko being forced to give ground. This is better work from the challenger. Had to ship a solid right hand from Klitschko though as he came in. That's a big right hand from Chisora. Maybe his best punch of the fight so far, that one.
Definitely, John. It's good work from him, because the minute Klitschko probably starts thinking that he's just going to go head hunting Chisora, he comes down and he works Klitschko's body really well. Klitschko's reddening around the ribs and around the stomach area, where Chisora has been having a good go at his body. This is the best round so far.
Is it just me, or is Klitschko blowing a bit?
A little bit, you know. Again, there may be a method to Chisora's madness. This may be the plan.
Chisora's had a good first couple of minutes to this round, keeping the pressure on Klitschko, who's having to backpedal. And the champion hasn't landed a lot clean in this sixth.
It's a good body shot from Chisora.
That's better from Klitschko. Instant response from the crowd.
You can hear Chisora's corner screaming when he gets inside. Let your hands go while you're there. That's where he needs to be doing it. He shouldn't really be letting the referee break them up. That's where Chisora will have more success. Now,
body shots again. Well, this might be Derek Chisora's best round of the fight so far. Whether he's done enough to win it, you'll have your own opinion. Watching with us here on Box Nation. Better work from Chisora then, Paul. Do you think he won the round?
Yeah, I've gave him the round, yeah. You know, up until 2 minutes, it was definitely his round. The last minute, I think he was okay. He didn't take too much. He still landed a few shots. He was still coming forward. And it's not just lunging in with one big shot going forward. It was pretty educated pressure what he was doing. He was covering up nice and having a good go.
Don't let him control the pace. Well, there are just signs in that round that Klitschko is just starting to struggle with the pace a bit. And there's that big right hand.
Yep. It was a nice shot, and you know, there was a lot of shots. See them pulling their hands down again before he lets the right hand go. The old typical Klitschko trait, what they do.
You're letting him get the shots off before you. You're in range. Let the shots go. Come on. Come on, baby.
I had a hole in my head.
Come on, man.
Round 7.
Into the second half of the fight. Chisora in that sixth maybe had his best of the fight so far. His corner just imploring him now to let the punches go, let the punches flow. And he starts in a very business-like fashion. Still trying to work the body of Klitschko.
Started this round very well.
This is what he needs to keep going.
Yeah, looking at him in the corner, Johnny didn't look too tired. He wasn't blowing too much, you know. He looks like he's up for this, definitely. And he started this round, as you say, very professional and, you know, with intent.
This is better from Chisora. Again. And Klitschko just looking a wee bit disorganised as he's forced to give ground. Good right hand from Chisora. Klitschko's chin being tested. And Chisora showing that he can take a shot as well.
Yeah. Klitschko really doesn't look himself, especially in this round.
Are the years just catching up on Vitali a little?
He's not jabbing enough as he was doing earlier in the fight, and he's certainly not looking himself as Chisora's coming forward and letting some good shots go and landing some good shots.
Chisora was the huge underdog, but he said he owed it to the punters as well as the fans to produce the performance of his life. Can he come on strong in the second half of this fight? Klitschko, you can see the reddening there around the torso. That's been caused by the hooks of Chisora. Still very much a fight that we've got in there. So many times we've seen the Klitschkos just dominate, win purely at their own agenda. Chisora just going for a little walkabout, maybe just taking a breather. Now he puts his foot on the gas again.
Chisora's having a good round again.
Not too much from Klitschko's landed flush.
We were saying before the fight, the way that we
Right-handed there, though.
The way that we feel to beat Klitschko is to get him on his back foot, and Chisora's doing so.
And some of those punches from Klitschko, as he's on the back foot, look a little bit like arm punches to me. Doesn't look as though there's anything like as much venom in them when he's forced to give ground. That's a solid shot, though, from Klitschko. Chisora takes it well and keeps coming. Chisora having to absorb some punches in the closing 30 seconds, as Klitschko having more success in the closing stages of that 7th round. Chisora bossing the early stages for me, but then Klitschko coming back stronger. Rounds like that, sometimes a little hard to score. How did you give it, Paul?
I gave it level, John. I gave it level myself. As you say, you know, Chisora come out and had a very, very good first minute. Second minute, he started to slow down a little bit. He started taking walks around about the 2-minute stage, and then Klitschko took over for the last minute. But you're right, what you're saying, you've hit the nail on the head. Klitschko's shots on his back foot are arm shots. There's not much in them at all. When he's coming forward and putting his weight in, yeah. But he was coming forward there with that shot, and as I say, when he gets his weight in him, he's okay.
Chisora, remember, predicted, perhaps a little bit tongue-in-cheek, that he was going to finish Vitaly Klitschko in the 8th round. He's kept saying it. Let's see, the last time I can remember somebody in a major world title fight saying, yeah, it's going to happen at that particular time, was Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, first time round. Holyfield said 3rd round. Big effort came, but he didn't produce. Now, the 8th, here we are. Chisora going looking for Klitschko, who will know that it was that round that Chisora said he would win in. Look at this from Chisora, straight into the face of Klitschko. On your card, Paul, you've got it just totting up by 3 rounds, by 3 points at this stage to Klitschko. And we're in the 8th.
Better jabs again down to the body from Chisora. It literally just keeps Klitschko guessing, keeps him on the back foot, and as you stated, they are arm shots on the back foot.
Not been able to hit him with great authority with his own jab, Klitschko, despite having that big reach advantage. You've not seen the sort of success with the jab that Vladimir Klitschko had against David Haye. That's
how they win the fight. That's how they dictate fights, on that jab. The jab for the Klitschko brothers is key, and it's been non-existent tonight from Vitaly.
Well, whatever the outcome of this is going to be, and we still wonder, I'm sure that David Haye will be watching this and licking his lips a little and thinking, if Derek Chisora can get there with shots like this, then I've got a chance against this fella as well.
Definitely. This is good work from
Klitschko looking disorganised. He'll have already disproved some of the naysayers. Derek Chisora, who said that he was going to be utterly outclassed here. Well, it's not happening.
He's matching him shot for shot in this round, John.
...28 years old, Vitaly Klitschko 40. Getting towards the business end of the fight now. This has been a big effort in this round from Chisora.
Good body shot from Klitschko.
I was just about to say that the crowd a bit muted, but now the chants go up. That's a good right hand from Chisora. And Klitschko wants to hold on and suck it up a bit and spoil. That was a really good, solid right hand from Chisora. Big effort from the challenger in this round.
It's been his best round as well, this, John. He's working very well. He's coming forward, he's landing shots. Even the cuffing shots around the ear, around the glove, which is getting blocked around the ear, the telling shots, you know, he's putting them in. And Vitaly, when he does answer back and counter, Derek then counters his counter, he's coming back, he's matching him shot for shot.
So last few seconds, last 10 seconds coming up of the 8th round. It's not going to end here, not unless something truly spectacular happens in these last few seconds, but it's been a good round for Chisora, Paul.
It has. It's been a very good. That's his best round in my opinion. He's done well. He's landed shots, and neither fighter's really ever, shaken the other fighter. They haven't really been rocked, but the landing and the big shots that are landing. But I will give that round to Chisora.
Well, that's the way you see it.
Keep your head still, mate. Good boy. Give him a rinse and spit in front of you. Have a good rinse and spit in front of you. Just keep your head still, okay?
We'll get the scores in a moment.
You okay?
Yeah. Come on, Derek, we've got this.
We've got this, you know.
Paul's got it narrowing, Paul Smith, that is. Now by 2 points to Klitschko. Let's see how the judges have got it. In a moment, it will be announced.
78-76, I've got it down.
Paul Smith's got it 78-76, you heard there. Let's just see what the judges are doing. Master of Ceremonies is poised. Our German translators will give it to us. Well, it's not been given. I'm not quite sure what's that about. They didn't get it in time. They couldn't do their tallies. That's like there's no jiggery-pokery going on with those scores. A little bit surprising. According to WBC rules, that should have been given. Always get just a little bit twitchy when that sort of thing happens, and there's a bit of an inquest going on there on the far side of the ring. Some of Klitschko's people are in there looking at the judgment. Well, I'll tell you what, there's as much cause for raised eyebrow there as there was in anything which went on in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, Klitschko really doesn't look himself to me. He's blowing, he seems to be wincing every now and then when he's throwing shots himself, and especially when he's taking shots.
And the Klitschko camp, who I saw before the fight began, going round and paying the judges in cash, presumably their fee, which was stuffed into pockets in nice crisp dollar bills, was in there looking over the officials' shoulders and seeing exactly what was happening with the scores. German television have got their representatives over there, and he's just shrugged his shoulders and he says, goodness knows what's going on.
You don't want to see it, do you? Again, Chisora's on the front foot though, and he's taking it to Klitschko, and he's certainly not letting him have any rest.
This has not been the sort of dominant and authoritative performance from Klitschko that we've been used to seeing over recent years. That was a nice right hand as he planted his feet.
He's got going back to the cross arm a lot this round as well, the cross arm guard, which he always does, as you say. You never really expect heavyweights to go down off body shots, and you see a lot of them land and they don't have any effect, but maybe these body shots from Derek Chisora are having some sort of effect. There's not much body fat there from Klitschko. Chisora's landed with a hell of a lot of body shots, and Klitschko's mouth's open, he's breathing out of his mouth, he looks a bit, he's puffing a little bit.
El cross-arm guard, Azuma Nelson,
yeah,
Joe Frazier, yeah. Archie Moore.
Yeah, Peter Buckley.
a name to be linked with the greats.
It's probably the only time it'll be in that sentence.
It's a nice jab from Klitschko. Not been too many of those. His jab's been a very underutilised weapon, which I think is probably tribute to the way in which Chisora has been able to bob and weave and get himself into range. Yeah, certainly in the more recent rounds.
You're right.
It's another right hand from Klitschko, but you almost sense that the exertion of it is taking it out of Klitschko. That one landed flush.
Right hand from Klitschko.
Mouth of Chisora starting to just bleed a little now. Good work from the champion in the closing stages of this 9th round. And has he ridden out the storm? To dig deep though.
Yeah, that was about the same as 3 rounds ago, where Chisora was doing the work, getting there, but just not doing nothing when he was there. He wasn't letting his hands go.
Give that one to Vitali?
I do, yeah. Yeah, better work, landed more shots, cleaner shots in my opinion. Chisora must have.
Here come the scores that they are finally going to give us at the end of the 8th round. And Klitschko leading 79-74, 79-73, 79-73. That was after 8 rounds.
You're listening to me, okay?
You've got it, Paul, by, what have we got?
I had it 1 round less.
Yeah, just a wee bit closer. But
I had it 78-76. And I gave the last round to Vitaly Klitschko.
Chisora had a real big effort in that 8th round. Both men slow to get off their stools and resume the fray as we move into the 10th. A lot of Klitschko fights have been ended at this sort of stage. Klitschko still looking as though he's very wary of Chisora.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's whether he has it in the tank now. You know, if he does catch Chisora, he seems to be very tired and blowing. You know, physically he looks okay, but his mouth's open, he's breathing, he's not fighting the way he usually fights.
Lives the life, Vitaly Klitschko, unquestionably, but he's just looked a bit older in this fight. I think he's started to look more like a man of 40.
Yeah, you're right, John. I was just going to say, you know, you could live the life of a monk all your life, but when Father Time catches up with you, that's that. You know, you just can't do it anymore.
Comes a time when you look in the mirror and see your dad looking back at you. Trust me. Chisora not throwing too much in the first minute and a half of this 10th round. Bravely coming forward, swinging. Has Chisora ridden out the storm such as it may have been?
He's not doing much this round, and he's getting caught. He took some heavy shots as well. You know, I can't keep saying it enough. The jab is working for Derek Chisora, and if he just uses it just that little bit more, it just stops Vitaly from setting himself and letting big bombs go like that. You know, it's no secret Chisora's looking for 1 big shot over the top, 2 big shots over the top, but the jab to the body will open the door for those shots.
Klitschko's been hit with more body shots, though, than I can remember for an awful long time.
Definitely. Probably more than he's ever been hit within a fight.
And Derek Chisora, I know back home there was a lot of scepticism about this fight, as though Chisora was automatically going to be outclassed. It's not been that way. No,
it hasn't. He's gave a good account of himself so far. And, you know, there's still 2 good rounds to go after this.
If Chisora had fought like this against Tyson Fury, it might have been a very, very different story if he'd come in this sort of shape.
Definitely. That's a great body shot.
Klitschko on the back foot, doesn't want to know.
That was a good body shot.
Again, arm shots from Klitschko as he gives ground. Oh, good work from Chisora last few seconds. Needs more of that. But now, well, on our card, he's going to have to stop Vitaly Klitschko if this dream is going to become a reality. I don't suspect he maybe quite has the punch power to do it, but those are the shots. How do you score that one, Paul?
I gave it to Vitaly again. Last little flurry at the end of the round for Derek Chisora was a good one, but not enough to take the round, in my opinion.
He's made it a hard night for Vitaly Klitschko. Only 3 men have taken Klitschko the distance: Timo Hoffman, Kevin Johnson, Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs was ruined by it. Well, Chisora is certainly anything but.
Of course, it was a one-sided beating, wasn't it? And it certainly hasn't been that tonight.
There's Natalia Klitschko, married to Vitaly for the last 15 years. They've got 3 kids, Yegor, Elizabeth, and Max, who's 6 years old. You know who he was named after? Max Schmeling. Great friend of the Klitschkos while he was still alive, and somebody they, I know, admired hugely. Inspirational figure in this part of the world, Max Schmeling was. If you've never read the great biography which is out there, look it up on Amazon and buy it. Chisora still keeps coming, still trying to bob and weave his way in, trying to find a little bit of the old Smoking Joe style.
Yeah, I'll likely be proved wrong, but the sting seems to have gone totally off the Klitschko's shots. after that body shot. There's a big red mark on his ribs, on the left side of Klitschko's ribs, on his left side from the right hook. And it doesn't seem to be no more sting in his shots at the minute.
Once upon a time, we'd have been talking about a 15-rounder, and we'd be just worrying if the old guy was going to start showing signs of fraying around the edges in those closing rounds.
They'd have had gloves on 6 ounces in weight and made out of horsehair as well.
Hard times, different era. One round the back of the head from Klitschko as the chants go up again. The referee saw it and admonishes Klitschko.
Good shot.
That's better from the champion. Chisora keeps coming. It's going to be interesting to hear what Vitaly Klitschko has to say after this, and also going to be interesting to see what the reaction of the two men is. Will there be a respect at what's happened in the ring? Maybe not. I'm sure that Vladimir, who was covered with water during the introductions, is going to be exactly fulsome in his praise.
Yeah. I'd like to see it, but I'm sure we all would, but you can't see it.
Klitschko doing well here in this 11th. Chisora tries to keep coming, but he's not landing enough leather pull.
No, he's not.
That's a good right hand from Klitschko.
And
good shot.
He's took a few, John, as you said. You know, he's took a few too many in this round to no, it doesn't warrant for the shots that the shot that he's landed. He hasn't done enough.
Very warm here at ringside in the Olympia Halle. We've got snow outside, but it is hot here. A hot atmosphere in Munich. I'm told that Tim Witherspoon against Tony Tubbs was the last 15-round World Heavyweight title fight. What year was that? About 84, something like that? 84, 85, it was around that sort of time. We've got men behind the scene who are researching even as we speak. A lot of our viewers won't even remember seeing those guys in the ring. This is a different era. Vitaly Klitschko and Derek Chisora. And Klitschko, well, for me, he took that round as well.
Same for me, John, definitely. Just a better work, and Chisora didn't do enough.
Last round.
Maybe saving it all for the last hurrah in this round.
Well, he's got to stop him. He's got to knock it out.
He's got to,
Yeah.
Last round.
I don't think there'll be a card anywhere in the world that'll say that he's...
Come on, let's go.
Right, before the twittering starts, or tweeting, I should say, before people start texting us, we know it was 1986. Witherspoon Tubbs. Here we are in 2012. Klitschko, Chisora, and Vitaly Klitschko is poised to retain this WBC title yet again. The final round. Klitschko breathes deeply, hauls himself off his stool, and now they do touch gloves. Last 3 minutes. Can Chisora find something spectacular? The body shot.
Big gulp of air and a big swallow after that body shot then, Vitaly Klitschko. He's certainly having an effect tonight, the body shots.
Well, for me, whatever Vitaly says about this, I reckon that although Chisora is a long way behind on points, I think he's had his hardest night for many, many years.
Definitely. Whether they make it up after what happened, you know, at the weigh-in and as such, he'll respect him as a fighter, whether he does as a man or not, because he's given a good account of himself tonight.
Body shots followed by the switch to the head, all the power shots coming from Chisora.
Good shot.
Had a couple of communications before this one, people saying, yeah, he can talk the talk, but it's get in there and you find reality is rather different. Well, Chisora certainly talked it, and he's found that as he got in there, Klitschko is an intimidating man, but I think he's raised his stock here tonight.
He has. He's given a very good account of himself. He's come in, he's fought, he's put it on the line, and he's had a good go. You know, he's pressured non-stop from the first bell to the last bell, and you know, you've got to respect that.
Left hand on the blind side of the referee from Chisora went a little bit low. He's got a little more than a minute now in which to gamble and really walk Klitschko down and throw everything. Klitschko, Klitschko, the German crowd chants. Vitali, Vitali. And Chisora's round for me though so far, this 12th.
Yeah, and me. This is what he does. He does it for the first two in the last minute. He lets Vitali come back into it. They're good shots. Not much in them, but they're all landing.
Chisora trying to bully Klitschko around.
I didn't see any reason why the referee needed to split them then.
Seconds are ticking down. The multi-million-dollar making machine that is Team Klitschko looks as though it's going to prevail once more. But a brave effort from Derek Chisora, carrying the fight to the champion right to the last. Last 10 seconds. Italian referee steps between them once more. There's the big right hand from Chisora. And there's the final bell. Brave effort from the British challenger. Vitali Klitschko is still champion of the world. I'd have given that last round to Chisora if I was scoring it, Paul.
Same to me. I did. I've given it on my card, and there's no denying who's won the fight. But listen, Vitali Klitschko knows he's been in a fight tonight, and Chisora has given a very, very good account of himself. He's come forward non-stop. He showed a lot of heart, and he's done well.
I dare say that on Monday morning, pick up your papers, and the talk's going to be about, will David Haye fight Vitali Klitschko? Is that going to be a summer extravaganza? But for the moment, I think you should really give credit to what's happened here tonight and what was a good effort from Chisora. And I'm afraid to say that Vladimir's not looking a happy man, and one or two people in the ring who shouldn't be. Chisora and Klitschko touch gloves again, though. And let's hope there's no silliness up there. We don't want to see any afters. We've seen the fight, and we've seen a good fight. Chisora gave everything. I don't want to see anything kicking off up there now. Vladimir Klitschko in there having a row up there with Don Charles. I don't think he's happy at all about being covered in water before the fight began.
No, and he's only right. You know, you can't do things like that and expect there to be no repercussions for it.
But what I was saying is that, you know, irrespective of what's happened in the run-up and beforehand, and there were moments at which Chisora clearly overstepped the line. Look at this, look at this.
Come on, no. That's enough. Right, enough is enough.
Yeah, thank you. This guy's
We heard the voice of Frank Warren there, getting stuck in. Yep. And good to see that somebody's saying, come on, back off, this is stupid. Get out of the way. The fight is over. And it needed a firm word in there and an experienced head. And Frank Warren gave it. There's Vitali Klitschko and Vladimir, who was upset to say the least. He's still champion. As I was about to say, though, I think you should give credit to the way Chisora fought, if not the way at times at which he's behaved.
Exactly. Don't worry about how he acted, how he performed. He can walk away with his head held high. You know, the way he acted on the other hand is, you know, that's a totally different matter. But he performed well in the ring. He gave a very good account of himself. And listen, he got stuck in. He took his chance and he went for it.
Michael Buffer, our master of ceremonies, is poised. We'll be getting the results with that inimitable voice any second now. Chisora gave it everything, and coming across and getting the applause from people at ringside. Let me remind you that after this we're going to be showing Brian McGee's WBA interim super middleweight title defense, and here's the results.
We go to the scorecards. Robin Doppler scores at 118-110. Bella Florian, same score, 118-110. And Eddie Popo scores it 119-111. All to the winner by unanimous decision. And still, WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Eisenhouse, KLITSCHKO!
Well, now this does not want to start getting silly again here. And I think there's some pretty firm words being exchanged once more between the fighters. Vladimir gets between them. Well, this is not what we want to see. It's been acrimonious at times, and it continues to be so. Unanimous decision by 8 points, and then by different route, 8 points on the third card. Vladimir is telling Derek Chisora in no uncertain terms what he thinks of him. I don't like to see that, Paul.
No, I don't.
It's done and dusted. The fight's over. Everybody's done their best.
Fight's over, you know. It's going like the way the footballers are, you know, not shaking hands. Everyone else. The fight's done, you know. Shake hands, walk away, win or lose. It's done. That's it.
Well, this interview is going to be in German, I think. And this is being relayed to the crowd. But Klitschko, well, he was dominant, but not as dominant as he has been. I'll try and get my own interviews for you within the next few minutes. In the meantime, let's go back to David Hay, Steve Bunsen, Jim Rosenthal.